I gotta turn my Plants of the Apes down. Okay, so I'm posting a video today that I actually took yesterday, and I told myself I was gonna post it yesterday, but I forgot. And in the video, I kind of really talked about my memory problems, and they kind of got the best of me again. Didn't discuss it with my mom, and literally didn't even remember that I didn't post the video until I had a notification from YouTube, and I just went and checked my stuff, and I was like, well, fuck. Didn't even do it. And in the video, I specifically say that I'm going to do it so that I could remind myself to talk about all these things, and I didn't do it. So now I've got to wait again and hopefully convince myself that I can remember to tell somebody that I can't remember anything. I don't know why this is so hard. Yeah. I really didn't think about it until I got by myself. I put chapstick on and some lipstick. Yeah. That's just a big thing to think about. I don't know. Maybe it's not as big as a deal as I think, because I guess I've been living with it for all these years, but it literally has been years. And when I think about how I've been dealing with this for years and I kind of haven't noticed it, I think that's what gets me. Is that for years I've kind of noticed these things, but I've always kind of forgot to bring them up in topics, or I just haven't made it a serious thing, I've always mentioned it to my mom or just a few times, or maybe I've mentioned it when the occasion arises, when someone's trying to explain something to me and I'm like, oh, I have no idea what you're talking about, and I say I kind of have memory problems. I can't remember a whole bunch, so sorry if I don't remember small things, can't remember names very well. I don't remember when we hung out last. I don't remember what we talked about last. I don't remember new things that are in your life. So I'm kind of a couple of steps behind on people when it comes to being social. And I do make it a point to apologize for that to people, but I think they just kind of think of it more of I don't know how to explain it, because it's kind of hard to explain that type of thing. It's trying to explain to somebody what depression or anxiety is. It's not something that you can visibly show somebody. You know what I'm saying? I can't just be hold on, let me just show you what my anxiety looks like real fast, right? It's it just happens. So it's kind of one of those things, talking to people. I think you actually have to talk to a doctor, someone who really knows that that's a problem, because talking to normal people or family about it, they kind of just blow it off it's not really a big deal. But I think this is a big deal. I really do think it's a big deal. And I guess the only reason I'm thinking so hard on it now is because I'm pregnant and I want to be able to remember things or find a way to cope with remembering things, because I don't remember 90% of my childhood at best. I really don't. I don't remember small things. I know where I was most of the time, and I know I know things I pretty much grew up with my grandparents, and I remember most of the houses that we lived in. Some of them are gone now because we weren't there long enough for it to be a long-term memory, and kind of stuff like that, I remember family events and stuff like that. Not every single one of them, but I remember it was a thing that my family drank together, and all the kids hung out together, that type of stuff. I know that happened, but I don't remember every single one of them. I hardly remember camping trips, but I know we went camping and stuff like that. But so that's just the type of thing that I want to be able to kind of remember that kind of stuff with my kid. And what if one day they're a little bit older and they're do you remember when I did this and when we did this? And then I'm no, There's no recollection of that being there. I'm not going to be able to remember that memory. And, I mean, there's no reason for the memory to change now, you know what I'm saying? Like, all these years, my whole life, I've forgotten so much. Like, I would say that I don't remember a good majority of my life. I don't remember pretty much any of my childhood. I don't remember pretty much any of my teen years. And like all through high school and stuff, I told myself that was because like I partied and because I was like every other teenager, I drank and stuff like that. But like I listen to other people talk about those occasions and they're like, oh, I remember when we used to go do this and this, and it was crazy. We used to go do this when we were teenagers, and in high school it was such a, I don't know, like older people reminiscing about high school because like that was like their glory years or whatever. I don't even remember those years, and I'm only 21. Like I haven't even been out of high school that long that I don't remember that stuff. But like I don't remember that many things, and I was really active in high school. Hung out with a lot of people. I knew everybody and everybody knew me, and I have a really hard time remembering people because like they weren't long term in my life, even though I like was around them every day. Like they weren't people that I, spent like most time with, like family and stuff like that. And I never really had a lifelong friend, and I've never really known a friend for more than like a couple years. And those few friends that I do have, I remember more memories with them than anybody else. But even the people that were like in and out of life throughout those couple of years I was friends with one person with, those in and out people, I don't remember very much with them. And so I just feel like now that I have like really put things together in my head, and I'm like, maybe I should find a way to remember things a little bit better so that I can like keep a thing. And like I've been kind of trying to talk to myself a little bit more about things. Like, should I kind of turn this YouTube channel thing from like my hair into like kind of reminding myself about things? Like, because I mean, if I can't store the memory in my mind, like maybe I can store the memory somewhere else, or writing things down. But I'm not a good reader, and that's not something that is like easy for me to do because I moved around so much as a kid that I sight read, and I'm not good at like book smarts and stuff at all. Like I only know what to read if I've seen it before. Like if I see a new word and don't know, here, we'll just use this for example. This word right here, you guys can see it. Focus camera. That word right there. I have no idea what that word is because I've never seen that word before at all. But if someone was to tell me what that word is, I would know what that word is any other time that I saw it. And I don't know. I guess that's weird how like I can remember words and stuff like that. I think that's because I kind of have to. I don't know. That's weird. That kind of contradicts the whole like memory loss thing. I don't know. Maybe it's because of the way I think about it versus seeing it and remembering it. I don't know. This is all like super confusing. It's all really confusing. Like, to me anyways. Even talking about it to myself and trying to explain it to people or to you guys, it is so confusing because I don't know how I feel, how I should feel. I don't know how I think about things because like I've never really put two and two together that I have such a big memory problem because I've always been that person that I'm not somewhere very long. I'm always like from one place to another place, really short term, and that probably doesn't help with the fact that my memory is really bad, being short term in places. And I think that maybe this memory loss thing happens to do with, I don't know how that works, But like I said, I get really confused on things. Like, it's confusing to me to think about what I did the last week. Don't know what I did the last week. I know there are certain things I know I did last week, but what order I did them in and how they were done is the blank, right? Like I said in my last video, I know that I saw my grandma, I saw my friend Josh, and I saw my mom, right? And then I saw my mom today. But my little brother was in here today, and I realized that he mentioned, I've missed you, it's been so long, it's been a day, right? He said it's been a day since he's seen me. And that kind of just like floored me, because like I thought it had been like several days. Like I thought it had been several days since I had seen them. Like I thought that it had been like last week sometime that he had seen me, but it was just like the day before last that he had seen me. So like thinking about this is kind of emotional, because like I'm really confused on like how I think about things. I don't know what to do. I have no idea. So it's kind of crazy. Of like, who do I ask for help? How do I help myself? Because I want to be able to remember those things. Like, that sucks that my little brothers and sisters were just here a day before last, and like I had like felt so depressed last night because I thought that everyone had been gone for so long. I thought that it had been so long since I'd seen everybody. So like I kind of had anxiety about how I had been alone for so long, but I hadn't been alone for so long. And so like that is another thing that really confuses me. And does that make sense at all? Like I don't know. I've never been friends with or even thought about, or like I've never done any of this. Like I don't know. But I do know that like dementia and stuff like that runs like pretty well in my family. My grandma did mention, I know that she's mentioned to me before about that, because she was scared that she would forget things. Like she would forget who I was and stuff like that. But like now I'm scared because I really can't remember things. Like clothes, for example. Clothes are a big thing of I forget where they're at because I don't know where I've been, right? So like my clothes are pretty much one of the biggest things I have. I have my van, I have my dog, and I have my clothes, and then I have my phone. And that's pretty much all I have. I mean, this stuff that I've acquired now has just been recent, and I don't even know if I'll keep it. I mean, I've had houses before, but like, where did those beds go? Where did the couches go and stuff like that? Where did all the things that I had in those houses go? I have no idea. And like, clothes throw me off because one day I will remember wearing something that I used to really like, right? And then all of a sudden it's gone. Like I forgot it at a friend's house or something when I stayed over there, and I can't, like, I literally cry sometimes because I can't remember where I was. I can't remember where I went with that clothing to go get it. And I asked my mom where I put it, and now that I think about it, there's been times where I get so upset at my mom because I think that she's moved some of my clothes, right? Like I think she's picked something up because she didn't think that it belonged there and moved it somewhere. And then I like go off and I'm like, why do you move my things? Like where's it at? Like I can't find it, and I get so frustrated. But then now that I think about it, she's always like, I didn't move it, I didn't touch it, right? Well, and then I just don't believe her. And I think that that's like a big thing. Like I just freaked out because I couldn't remember where I set my clothes. I couldn't remember where I set my purse. I couldn't remember where I set my shoes. And like now I think about it, that's even more short term than like yesterday or the day before. That's like I did that today. And maybe I just didn't pay enough attention to it when I did it. But like I really do like have like a system. Like, I like to set things down. Like, I know what I do, but then I forget. So, like, when I really think about it, like, there's, like, I guess there definitely is signs that, like, I really do have a memory problem. And I don't want to be that first person to be like, I think maybe weed's the problem, but I think that it was. Because I did, I mean, and I'm probably going to get lots of criticism over that, but, I mean, I think, maybe not, I don't know. But I do realize that, like, I don't pay very much attention when I smoke, right? I'm very relaxed and chill, and I just let everything pass by in the wind, and I don't even notice it. And so, I thought that maybe that was the problem, but, like, I don't think it is because of the fact that I can't remember childhood memories. And I definitely didn't smoke that early on. But, I don't know, maybe I'm reaching out, trying to figure out why I can't remember anything for, like, no reason. Maybe it's just a thing. But, now I think about it, I don't know how many times I've yelled at my mom for moving my things. And she's always said, I didn't move your things, right? And I wonder if she notices that. When I get off here, I'm going to call her and talk to her about this. Because, like, I never realized that maybe that was a problem. Like, a sign, right? I never realized that that was a sign that maybe I, like, forgot things really bad. That's my dog, Odessa. Hey, Odie. Hey, Odie. I've had Odessa for 3 years now. She's been in my life every day for 3 years. She does help a lot with things. Girl, she's getting old. Getting old, Odessa. She didn't used to have this gray right here. She's a good dog. But, yeah. So, dang. It's a lot to think about. I mean, when I really think about it, I do those things. Anyways, I guess I'm going to end this video here. I don't know if I'm even going to post it online or if this is just going to be something, like, to help me personally. But either way, it helps. So, I'm going to get out of here now.